Listen, I'm going to tell you something that might make a lot of people uncomfortable, but someone needs to say it. Look around. People are more connected than ever, yet lonelier than ever. Men, women, ambitious, attractive, intelligent, all sitting alone. Not for weeks, not for months, for years. Before you start rolling your eyes, ask yourself something. When was the last time you saw a genuinely happy couple under 35? Not the ones who post matching vacation photos, but two people who are actually content together. No performance, no filters. You can't name many, can you? There's a reason for that. We've built a world that makes being alone the logical choice, not because people stopped wanting love, but because the process of finding it has turned into a game where the risk feels higher than the reward. Think about it like a casino. The entry fee is your time, your peace of mind, your emotional energy, your financial stability. The odds? Not great. Most players walk away burned, and the few who win often say it wasn't worth what they lost getting there. So people step back from the table. That's where we are. Dating as a marketplace. Modern dating feels less like romance and more like an economy. Endless options, swiping left or right like stocks. We've started treating partners like products, comparing specs and features instead of building connection. Men feel invisible, women feel exhausted. Everyone's chasing the best deal, and no one's getting what they want. Dating apps were supposed to make love easier. Instead, they made people disposable. One bad text, one awkward photo, and it's on to the next. You can meet 100 people in a week and still feel completely unseen. Unrealistic standards. Real disappointment. We've all absorbed this message that we deserve the best, but the definition of best keeps inflating. Taller, richer, funnier, prettier, more exciting, more emotionally mature. It's like everyone's waiting for someone perfect while overlooking the perfectly good. Men are told they're not successful enough. Women are told never to settle. Both messages breed resentment. And in that gap between expectation and reality, connection dies. The economics of emotion relationships used to be partnerships built around shared goals, teamwork, and mutual effort. Now they're often transactions. Who's giving more? Who's getting more? Who's winning? But love doesn't survive in a competitive environment. You can't negotiate your way into intimacy. You build it, with vulnerability, patience, and risk. But people are scared of risk now. They've seen too many stories of betrayal, divorce, heartbreak, manipulation. So they armor up, expecting disappointment before it even happens. And when both sides do that, walls facing walls, nothing gets through. The cost of disconnection. Here's the quiet tragedy. People still crave love deeply. They just don't believe it's safe anymore. So men pour themselves into work, the gym, or hobbies. Women focus on careers, independence, self-care. On paper, it looks like progress. And in some ways, it is. But beneath it, there's an epidemic of quiet isolation. We've mistaken independence for invulnerability. We've built lives so self-contained that no one can fit inside them anymore. And social media, it feeds the illusion that everyone else has it figured out. Perfect vacations, perfect bodies, perfect relationships. Meanwhile, real life feels flat, messy, unpredictable. So we assume it's broken when really, it's just human. Double standards and shared pain. Men get mocked for being lonely. Women get mocked for being demanding. Both sides accuse the other of ruining dating, when in truth, we're all reacting to the same cultural mess. The problem isn't men or women, it's disconnection. It's entitlement without empathy. It's people wanting partnership without vulnerability, validation without effort, freedom without responsibility. We want all the rewards of love with none of the work. But love is the work. Why we stopped believing in each other. You can't build trust in a culture built on fear. You can't fall in love when every instinct tells you you're being judged, recorded, or compared. Approach someone in public, risk rejection, screenshots, or accusations. Express interest online, compete with hundreds of others doing the same. We've made genuine approach nearly impossible, then complain that nobody's trying anymore. It's not that people stopped caring. They stopped believing it's possible. Relearning connection. So what's the fix? Not an app, not a checklist, not another high-value person podcast. It starts with humility, with realizing that the other person isn't a prize to win or a threat to avoid. They're just as scared, confused, and hopeful as you are. It means shifting from "what can I get" to "what can I build?" From "I deserve better" to "I'll become better." From "I need perfect" to "I'll choose real." Because real love isn't symmetrical. It's not 50-50 every day. Sometimes it's 80-20, sometimes it's messy and unfair. But that's what makes it human. A call to both sides. To men. Strength isn't avoiding emotion. It's learning how to give and receive it without fear. To women, independence doesn't mean isolation. It's power shared, not power hoarded. To everyone, stop looking for guarantees in a game built on chance. What makes love meaningful is that it can fall apart and you still choose to try. The reality check. Yes, the odds are rough. Yes, modern dating is chaotic. But walking away completely isn't the solution. The world doesn't get better by opting out. It gets better when people lead by example, when they show what integrity, kindness, and respect look like, even when it's rare. The truth is, most people still want the same things: connection, loyalty, peace. They just don't know how to find them in a system designed for distraction. So unplug for a while. Talk face to face. Be curious instead of cynical. Compliment someone without needing a reward. Love might not be what it used to be, but that doesn't mean it's gone. It just means it's harder. And maybe that makes it worth fighting for. Because despite the noise, despite the apps, despite the algorithms, human connection is still the best gamble there is.